Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Erica. I am going into my 4th semester of nursing school, so this is my final semester and I'll graduate with my associate's degree in nursing, and then 6 months later, due to the program that I'm in, which is it's called concurrent enrollment program, which means I'm working on my ADN and my BSN at the same time. I'll be graduating with my BSN 6 months later down the road, which is May of 2020. And I'll be graduating from ASU with that. I'm super excited. I start school next week, which is 1 week earlier than what our normal start time would be, which would be in about 2 weeks. But we have to go in next week for skills check off, which is just performing an IV piggyback, and also orientation and an introduction into whatever specialty we're going into first. So I chose pediatrics to do for the first 5 weeks, and then for the second 5 weeks I'm doing med-surg. So yeah, we start next week and I'm super excited but also nervous at the same time because I really enjoyed my summer. I fully enjoyed my family, enjoyed not doing anything school related except for the first month and a half or so. I did have some online classes with ASU, but once those were done, I really just enjoyed my summer and I did nothing. I didn't want to do anything really, and that's part of the reason why I haven't even uploaded a new video for quite some time, is because I just didn't really have energy. I was really burnt out from last semester, so I don't know, the last couple weeks I've been having an itching to make a new video, and so I decided to make a little bit of time for that today. And today's video, I wanted to cover tips for first semester nursing students. So this August, in a few weeks from now or a couple weeks from now, there will be some new first semester nursing students. And I remember my first semester of nursing school and I remember you just kind of get thrown in and you don't really know what to expect. You kind of know here and there, like, hey, I'm starting nursing school, I'm gonna learn this and that, but you don't really know. So I decided to make a video today about tips for first semester nursing students. So tip 1 is gonna be find a routine that works for you. And this is gonna be a little bit challenging for the first few weeks once you actually get into the material and once you start learning what your school semester schedule is going to be like, as well as what study schedule works for you. So finding a routine that works for you is going to entail a few things. You'll want to buy a planner if you don't already have one. I'm sure you do, because I don't know who could function without a planner as a student. So you probably already have one, but if you do, make sure to write in all your days that you'll be at school, your lecture and your lab days, if you have any meetings with your instructors, as well as clinicals. For the first couple weeks, at least with my school, we didn't have clinicals right off the bat, but about halfway through your first semester you will have clinicals, so make sure you write those in, pencil in your due dates, exams, quizzes, anything like that, or skills check off. That's important. Also, like I mentioned before, sticking to a daily routine. It's really hard in the beginning, like I said, to stick to a daily routine because you're just getting into it, but the quicker that you determine what study schedule looks good for you throughout the day is going to make you more successful. And what I mean by that is that you're going to go to class, right? You want to figure out if you're going to study in the morning before school, or review maybe a couple notes before school and then go to school and then review after. Are you going to not do anything or run your errands, do housework, work, whatever in the morning, go to school and then, you know, study or review your material? So it's important to establish a study schedule. That way you're making sure to review the material that you need to review. Second tip is going to be finding out your learning style. So I'm personally a auditory as well as a kinesthetic learner, so I can listen to some lectures, not all lectures, and I don't remember everything verbatim, but there are a lot of things, especially when instructors use different tones of voice, that really stick in my head. and are easy for me to remember, especially during exams. So when I study for an exam, I can listen to a lecture that I recorded or that was pre-recorded by my instructor, and that'll help me be more successful on a test. But also what helps me be more successful is my kinesthetic learning style, which is basically it means like to be more involved. So I write out notes, I draw pictures, like little doodles here and there, not all the time. I map out little stuff. I write on a whiteboard. That really helps me a lot. So writing it out. I don't write notes, at least not a lot. I write on my PowerPoints, but I don't really write out notes. I did some blocks or for some lectures if I felt like I needed to, but I felt like it made me, it took up a lot of time for me to write out notes, made my hand hurt, and it really wasn't that enjoyable for me. So what I tend to do more is during lecture, the PowerPoint that we're going over, I write in whatever my instructor's adding in to it, what she's saying during our lecture. So I'll go ahead and pencil whatever I think is important or whatever she's saying or he is saying that is important. So there's some type of website that you can go and figure out what your learning style is if you don't already know. In my first semester of nursing school, they had us take our own little exam or quiz online to figure out what our learning style was, and that's how I found out what mine was. My third study tip is developing a study plan. This is really important, and it kind of goes back to knowing what your learning style is. And what I mean by that is there's a variety of ways that you can study. You can listen to lectures, you can write out your notes, you can make flashcards, you can make Quizlet flashcards, which are like e-flashcards basically. You can write on a whiteboard, you can make a big poster board, you can map out, make concept maps, you name it. You can write on a PowerPoint. So definitely figure out what your study plan is going to be, because I find that when you are more consistent with what your study style is, the more you're going to be able to remember it. Sometimes I jump around. So one semester I might do flashcards if I feel like I need to make flashcards. Another semester I might just write on a PowerPoint. Another semester I might use a whiteboard. And then once I figure out which study style is working for me the most, or which study plan is working for me the most, that's what I tend sticking to. And what sticks out the most for me is writing on my PowerPoints and listening to my lectures. I make flashcards here and there, but not that much. I also do practice questions, which no matter what your study plan is, you should be doing practice questions all the time. Right away when you're in nursing school, the content that they're starting to provide to you that is going to be made on your exam, I recommend going in and taking practice questions, because that is what's going to help you be able to interpret the knowledge and apply your knowledge to the question to be able to get the answer right. My fourth tip is going to be finding and putting in that study time. So we already talked about establishing a schedule, writing in on your planner, but now you need to really find the time to study and put it in, because yeah, we might pencil in that we have study time here and there, you know, 5 p.m. here or 9 p.m. here, but are you really putting in that study time? Are you watching TV? Are you cleaning up? Are you running errands? Are you at the gym? Whatever. Trying and doing your best to putting in that study time, the more successful you're going to be. What I recommend is meeting with your instructor. By meeting with your instructor, it's going to help validate any knowledge. You can go in and ask questions on items that you are confused about or you wanted clarification. You can go in and ask what they think is most important to know for your exams. They're not going to tell you the questions that are going to be on there, because that's just not fair, but they will tell you, like, hey, you know, we covered X, Y, and Z topic. You should probably focus on this topic because this topic is most important. Also, another good thing in nursing school that I have found is study groups. However, you need to make sure that you're picking a study group that works well for you, because it's really easy to get in a study group with people who are not productive. my study group, which are with a few of my really good friends in nursing school, we are very productive. I mean, here and there we might, you know, get off topic, but for the most part we are very productive. We stay on task, and we also challenge each other with questions. We challenge each other's knowledge, and we try to go back and forth to see what we each know, so that we're making sure that we're prepared for our exams. And my fifth and final tip is finding time for yourself. So I myself, as a mother of two, stay-at-home mom, and a nursing student, it's really hard to find time for myself, and that's one of the reasons why I spent this whole summer just soaking in all this time that I had with my family and for myself. But it's really important to make sure that you have time for yourself, whether that be, you know, going to the gym, whether it's listening to a podcast, watching your Netflix show, getting a manicure, listening to music, or going out to dinner with some friends. It's really important that you get some me time, because it is so easy to become overwhelmed. Everybody that I know is overwhelmed by nursing school. And if you have a lot on your plate by either working, you have children, or you have family that you are helping out, you name it, it's really easy to get overwhelmed. And by putting in a little bit of me time to do things that you enjoy, it makes life a little bit easier, and it makes you just stay a little bit more sane. Also, another thing is to do your best to eat nutritiously. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm the typical person that will, for the most part, say like I'm eating healthy all day, and then at nighttime I'm craving all these sweets, or I want chips or whatever. But do your best to eat nutritiously so that your brain and your body are fueled to study and perform the tasks that they need to do. Also, another thing that you want to make sure you're doing is sleeping. I have not had that many nights where I stay up really late studying. I think I would on average go to sleep around 11 or 12 throughout the school semester. And I'd wake up around 7 o'clock to start getting my daughter ready for school. I have a 7-year-old daughter. But that still gave me 7 to 8 hours of sleep for the most part. There were times where I went to sleep a little bit later, but it was really hard for me to stay up past 11 or 12. During the summer semester, what's funny is that, or summer break, it was really hard for me to go to sleep at 11 or 12. There was like a few weeks where I could not go to sleep before 1 or 2 p.m. and I don't know what was going on with my brain, but I would stay up so late watching TV, or I'd be cleaning up. I don't know, but I'm kind of back on track, and I've been going to sleep around 11 or 12 again, which works well for me because I don't have to wake up super early yet. However, when I do have clinicals that are coming up in about a week and a half, I will be going to sleep early. I will be going to sleep, and my early is about 10 p.m. or so. So I will be going to sleep earlier when I have to wake up earlier, around 5 o'clock in the morning. But when I don't have to wake up till 7, I don't go to sleep till about 11 or 12 because that's what works for me. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck to anyone who's going into their nursing school semester, whether it be your first, second, third, or last like myself. Good luck. I hope you have a great semester. I wish you success. I'm always here if you have any questions at all, and just keep on pushing. Bye.